Navigating the holidays. That's right, in navigating the holidays. And so, how do you all navigate the holidays? For some, it can be a joyful time, and for others, not so much. And I do have to say, it's important to be able to acknowledge both of them because of the fact everyone navigate the holidays pretty different. Again, for some it can be joyful, and for others it may not be. And then on top of that, it's almost like there are times that you can be navigating both, meaning you're having a joyful time, but then, you have some memories of your loved ones as well. And so, as entrepreneurs and as for those of you who are executives, navigating these times can be trying, mainly because you can have accumulated loss, meaning where you've lost, several individuals over a period of time. And then when this time of year comes, you have that memory. And then you can also experience unprocessed grief as well. And then when you have a calling, when you are someone with authority, because it's like you're in charge of something, sometimes you're not able to process all of that for yourself because you are making sure that other people are taken care of. And that's kind of like one of the downfall sometimes of being of having a calling and of being of service to others. And so I want to make sure that you are taking the time to make sure you take care of yourself. The other thing is that too is it really leads into the next thing is you can have role fatigue, meaning that the role that you're in, it can really be overwhelming during this time of year. And so this is another reason why it's important for you to really focus on yourself when it comes to all of that. Because when you overlook yourself, then you're sending messages as well, in which it can pretty much, when it comes to your nervous system gets overloaded. So you see how all of that is really a compound effect. And especially when it comes to the unprocessed grief and the accumulated loss, like you have absolutely no control over that. You have no control over the memories that come up. I know for me, for this year, even though I want to say year 3 is when I started having, I want to say like more vivid memories of my mom, and especially of more of emotionally on a deeper level of missing her more. And then like this year, pretty much, in which this year is the 5th year of her passing, and definitely of having, much more memories of her, in which, if anything, it is perfectly normal to have, however you're feeling, to be able to embrace all of that as well. Because when you do not embrace the full expressions of the emotions that come up, that makes it even that much harder, for you as well. And again, when you are a giver, when you are serving others, it's so easy to leave yourself behind. But one thing I can say is that if you continue to do that over time, that's a compound effect as well, because meaning that you're not able to really take care of yourself. And sometimes that can be pretty tricky, especially for those of you who have a family, for those of you who may have a child, regardless of their age, who have special needs, who may be caregivers as well. Again, that can be kind of tricky because of the fact you are needed. It's not that you're providing, like quote unquote, a service to your family more so, but it's like, how do you negotiate that? And so one of the things that you can do is make sure you take 5. Um, Sometimes for some individuals, you can end up going and taking a walk. You can and have other people to take a walk for you. I mean, with you, I'm talking about for you. Have other people to take a walk with you as well. And of course, I'm going to always say take 5 minutes to breathe, just to sit down and breathe. Sometimes you may need to go in the corner, but if you can like really remove yourself from the environment for a little bit, that's even better, because your nervous system really needs that, because most of the time it's the compound effect of everything, and that makes it even better. So again, when it comes to the holidays, these things, it may, even though I know that it can have a profound impact on you, but taking those small things and doing those small things, it can really help a whole lot. And so, for any of you who want to, who have any questions or want to learn more, by all means, you can contact me. You can go into my DMs or put something in the comment, especially if you have any questions as well. And so I just wanted, really to remind you that there are things that you can do when you're navigating the holidays, and especially as an entrepreneur and as an executive, because there's so much responsibility that you have, and sometimes it can be very overwhelming. And so again, there can be the accumulated loss and unprocessed grief. There's also your role fatigue, the things that you're doing can really end up having, can be very overwhelming for you as well. And then too, you have that message, it's like, oh, that you're the strong one, that you're the only one who can do certain things. But in setting up those boundaries can be very beneficial as well. And of course, with all of those things, can add to of being your nervous system of being overwhelmed, in which it doesn't even have to be those other two things. It can be other things that add to that too. But by you taking the time to be able to take 5, to breathe, to move, to be able to process things, to be able to write some things out, because it's really important for you to be able to do that. Because if not, and then your nervous system really will be overwhelmed and pretty much be overworked, and it can make it even more difficult for you to recover. And so along with that, especially for those of you who may have teams, it's important for you to be able to, I would say, with these, tips, to be able to provide them with that as well. Because if you have the attitude or the persona that you can take care of it, or people can continue to work without having that rest and recovery, then that can be overwhelming for your team or individuals that you collaborate with. Because at the end of the day, we really don't know what individuals are dealing with. And so by you integrating and practicing self-care rituals and techniques, that helps you to, pass that on to others. Because knowing, individuals on your team, and even individuals who collaborate with you, may not know what you're dealing with as well. And so take this time to breathe and to definitely do things where it can be less stressful, should I say, but also allow yourself to give yourself that opportunity to, feel all the emotions that there is to feel. And again, it's perfectly normal to have, such an array of emotions during this time. And so, hope you all have a pleasant holiday, and I'll see y'all next time.